Whoa, this is the Illusion, reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. I'm in the middle of a reservoir. Yep, the water table's super low here in California. I'm up here on Lake Oroville. As you can see, all this brown land is supposed to be underwater, and back there is the dam. That's the dam right there. Kind of trippy, man. The humans are gnarly. You know, I'm up here on a little mission, poking around, and sometimes. Anyway, hey, this is Christopher. This is for you down there in New Zealand. That email you sent me the other day was pretty good, man. Kind of hit the spot on a certain level. Before I get into what I was going to get into, sometimes. Most of the people I hear from are young, man, and this cat, Christopher, man, he's a little older than me, out there living his life, traveling around the world, and I don't know, it was one of those things gave me hope. Sometimes you think you're stuck, right? You just kind of, I don't know, stomping around your hometown, you think you're stuck. I think it kind of ties into a couple of the videos I've made for other people lately. So, I got this email from Christopher, and he is out in New Zealand, and I think he's getting ready to have a sugarcane plantation up in Thailand or something, where they're going to grow sugarcane and tapioca or something. I don't know, it sounded pretty cool. But anyway, this cat was older than me, man. He was getting his family started and doing his thing and settling down. And, at 45, maybe I'm just now figuring out what it is I want in life, settling down with the hologram and the minigram and all that kind of stuff. And maybe I'm not lost. Maybe I just kind of found myself, but I don't know what that looks like, right? I think about that sometimes, like, if I was truly centered and I was right where I've always wanted to be, would I even know what it looks like? Because I've spent most of my life searching for it. So my all 45 years of existence has been like cruising around searching for the answer. What if I wouldn't even know what the answer looked like because I've spent my whole time looking for it, right? It's one of those things like, so I don't know, man. I'm in a pretty good mood. I'm sitting up here in the middle of this reservoir, and so I was driving up here, and I was looking around, and it just kind of dawned on me that, man, this is all new. Like, there's a certain look to it, like, I don't know, because our lifespans are so short. I forget that this dam isn't more than 100 years old. That this reservoir wasn't planned more than 100 years ago, that all these houses and roads and stuff weren't here 100 years ago. I mean, yeah, 100 years ago there were probably some radical farmers and cowboys and type people roaming around here on their horses and covered wagons and stuff, but I mean, the car is a relatively new concept in the scope of the earth, so too are all the paved roads. And I was just kind of cruising around, and I was just like, how did everybody get here? Like, it's just so weird sometimes, man, this whole Spaceship Earth thing, and then you tap into the holographic nature of it all, of like, maybe I am manifesting it all. Maybe this is my own far out imagination played out on some sort of blank canvas. I was jamming down the freeway the other day, and all of a sudden I started noticing this weird license plates that had four letters and then the number 5. And I was like, what's that all about? And then there was no sort of rhyme or reason to them. It was just this 4 letters and then 5. And there was a bunch of them all over the place. And they all sort of seemed to have like something 5, and it kind of dawned on me that, like, whoa, this is like the Matrix. Like, every now and then I can see the grid, if you will, like the whole, like, building of the matrix coming out of my mind, and sometimes I can see blank spots to it all as well. And so yeah, here I am, I'm out here just kind of checking things out, and yeah, it's a beautiful world we live in. It's a trippy world we live in. There's a lot of humans everywhere doing all their weird stuff. Like, I pulled into this gas station this morning to get a cup of coffee and get some gas, and there were some pretty, like, far out people, man. Like, some of our fellow humans are pretty sketchy looking. Like, I was sitting there like, don't pass judgment on them, man. They're just people doing their thing. They could be the nicest people in the world, and yet there was a certain, like, I don't know, rough, sketchy prisoner vibe to him, man. It was sort of weird. And then, but then I'm also cruising, because this kind of ties into the video I put up right before this one, the fear-based thing. Like, yeah, I'm cruising around, and I go, I just don't really see how there could be any way for them to take over the system. Like, the humans are everywhere, and they're all sort of sketchy and off the grid on a weird level. I mean, maybe because they're more plugged in than I think. They're all watching TV. I don't know, man. I'm just out here like free right now, checking it out. Just really kind of in the now and sort of in awe of it all. Like, that dam over there is trippy. Like, it's weird. And then you look at the whole thing and you realize there's no water in here either. Like, there's no water. I mean, here, let me show you. Like, over there. Can we see that? Yeah, over there is like all the houseboats. There's like all these super orderly like houseboats all lined up. Like, this is some sort of houseboating lake. I don't know. I've never really been up here before. I'm just kind of doing a favor for a friend, and it just got me out of the house for the weekend. And I forgot how much I like cruising on the open road, man. There is some sort of, I mean, that is the one thing that America does have to offer us is open road. Open road, man. Get out on the road, right? Anyway, I don't even know. I'm just sort of rambling. I'm just sort of in the now. Sort of amazed at it all. Sort of baffled by it all. Just realizing I'm in my spot. Oh, this was what's cool. I kind of camped out on this. I don't even know what it was, man. Just some sort of wetland or something. And I woke up and there was this trippy, like, fractaled out rainbow in the cloud, man. So I knew, like, I was right where I was supposed to be, because there was a rainbow broadcasting the signal that I was where I was supposed to be. And that was like a reassuring vibe to it all. And this is what my spiritual advisor told me, like a tip here is like, pick two things, like not just two simple things, two kind of things that would let you know that God or source energy is in your life. So when you're kind of like cruising along, you can look at it and see it and be like, oh yeah, dude, everything's fine. I'm in conscious contact right now, because if I'm conscious, I should be in contact, right? Like, that's the whole human experience, is like, we are consciousness. So if we're not in contact with God and source energy, we're unconscious. Anyway, so I have my two things that I go around Spaceship Earth, and if I see them, I know that I'm fully connected to God and source energy. And one of them's a rainbow. And it's funny, like, there it was, just in the morning sky, like bouncing off some trippy clouds. So anyway, man, I'm just kind of amazed at all. Thanks, Christopher. Thanks, Shaka. Hope you're having a good one out in New Zealand.